Hi, this is Mark from LongIslandWatch.com, and today's a little bit of a personal story. Watch shopping in Las Vegas, if you will. I was in Vegas 2 weeks ago for the JCK Jewelry Show, which is obviously USA-based jewelry and watch show. It used to be a lot larger for watches. It's shrunken down over the years, and nowadays it's really mostly jewelry and just a little bit of watches, but I still go there. So I get to see a lot of people that are on the West Coast, dealers and contacts that I really don't get to see often. So it's kind of like a meeting place. Anyway, I had finished everything I needed to do, and I was taking a red eye out at night, and I was with a buddy of mine, and he is a Rolex collector. Has a lot of different dates. He's a big oyster quartz guy, so we were just kind of looking around, going into different stores, and while he was in a store in Caesars, I was just looking around, and then I saw a watch that I was like, wow. It's like, my wife would really love that watch. Now, my wife owns, obviously, a lot of watches because she knows me, but they're mostly Seikos, Citizens, Bullovers. I think her most expensive watch might be a Precisionist that was around $1,000 or so. Anyway, many times I said to her, do you want a Rolex? And she always says, no, I really don't like the designs. And then I saw this watch, and I said, this is one that she would love. Took a picture of it in a display case, was scolded because you're not allowed to take photos in the display case. I did not know that. Sent it to her, and I said, do you like this? And she said, yes, I do. That's very nice. And wouldn't you know it, when I came home, the watch was with me. So anyway, today I'm going to review this woman's Rolex that I purchased at full retail in Vegas. Yes, if I'm going to buy a watch that's expensive, I do go to an authorized source. If I'm not going to get it used, I do know people in the business. Could I have gotten a better price? More than likely, yes. I do know enough people to help me with that, but there's something about buying it in a store. There's something about the experience. There was something about bringing it home with me and not having to come home and go to the different people I know and try to broker a deal. So this to me was, what I wanted to do and what I felt made it special, because now for many years, for as long as she has it and then gives it to our daughter, it will be known as the watch that your father got me when he was in Vegas on a business trip. So anyway, let's check out the watch. So I usually do not review women's watches. I sell some, but I generally do not review them because my core market is certainly men. What's funny on the website is that if a woman buys a watch, it's generally for a significant other. And if someone buys a women's watch, it is a man buying it for his significant other. So it's kind of funny. I don't get many women frequenting the website, but maybe I will now with with this review. So women typically buy on fashion rather than function. Obviously not the rule. There are exceptions to it, but generally that's the way it goes. My wife has loads and loads of watches that she really likes, but she likes them for the looks, not what's on the inside. But you people watching at home, you like to know about the specs and the stats, so that's the way I will treat this video. So this is a Datejust 31, 31 meaning it is 31 millimeters in diameter. The Datejust comes in several sizes. The one coined ladies Datejust is 28, which I personally think is just too small for a modern women's watch. I like the 31. It gives more substance to it. I do see women wearing 36s as well. I mean, thanks to Michael Kors, Fossil, and those other people, those sizes have become popular for women. So it is 31 millimeters in diameter, about 10 thick, and around 36 on the tip to tip. So it's probably around the same tip to tip as the smallest men's watch I sell, maybe some of the really, really small marathon watches. So it is in, these terms are funny to me. It's in Everose Rollosaur, which is Rolex's term for a combination of stainless steel and their 18 karat rose gold. It's got a chocolate dial. It's got the rose gold markers, scattered diamond rose gold bezel, and pave 6. And when I zoom in on the dial later, you'll see the 6. Of course, it says Rolex Oyster Perpetual Datejust. That's the model. And then we are a superlative chronometer officially certified. Like I did in one of the watch and learns, I talked to you about superlative chronometers. And that basically means that after casing, Rolex tests the watch to be within 2 seconds to their own specifications, which are tighter than COSC. COSC demands that the movement be certified before casing. In this case, Rolex certifies the movements, then cases them, and then certifies the watch to their own. I'll just read you some of the Rolex specs. Since like I said, they have all their own terminology. Monoblock middle case, so it's a one-piece case. Screw down case back with your typical Rolex, you need the Rolex tool to remove it with all those ridges on the outside. And it's got a screw down crown. The movement obviously hand winds and hacks. You pull it out to set the time, and the seconds hand stops, and you can hand wind it. This one's running on Rolex's 2235 movement, which has about a 48-hour reserve. It's got the twin lock double waterproof system for crown sealing. Of course, a scratch resistant sapphire crystal with a cyclops. Water resistant to 100 meters. I didn't measure the lug width. I'll measure it now for you. It looks like the lug comes in right around 16 millimeters. If you wanted to switch it, I'm not sure why you would want to, but everyone does their own thing. It is a bidirectional winding movement, as I mentioned, it's 48 power reserve. So the bracelet. Is the concealed clasp. So if you look, it's almost seamless. Unlike my Datejust that you've seen me wear in videos, that was my father's. It's got a single fold over, and it's one piece polished. It's folded steel, not exactly the highest quality. This is what they call the concealed clasp. So you pull up on the crown, and it releases. See that? It releases the bracelet to open. So, and also unlike the Datejust that you've seen me wear, my father's, the middle links are solid. So it is, I'm going to zoom in a minute. I'll zoom in on everything. Everything is solid. Solid steel, solid gold, nothing's folded. The end links are solid. It fits like a glove. Everything, obviously, is absolutely 100% perfect. It's a beautiful watch. Rolex makes a fantastic watch. There's no denying the fact. Yes, they're expensive. Yes, they're pricey. Until you hold one in your hand and feel it, there's something about it. Everything they do is perfect. What makes them special is, unlike every company, except for maybe, I think Patek, they make 99% of the components themselves that go into the watch. I think they don't make hands in the crystal. I'm not sure. I'm not a Rolex expert by any stretch of the imagination, but they make their own gold. In case you didn't know that, they have their own foundry. They are like the only house to use 900 series steel for their watches. They make their own movements. Not only do they make their own movements, they make all the components that are in the movement. No, I'm not going to open the case back to show it to you. But they make their own springs, they make their own screws, they make their own gears. That's guy stuff. That is simply amazing that a company can do that, almost being completely self-sufficient. Very difficult to do. Most other watches, use components from all over the place. Even a brand like Seiko and Orient, even though they make their own movements, they're not making their own, every single part themselves. They're still sourcing the stuff out. This is a true manufacturer. Let's zoom in on the dial and check it out. So I hope this comes through nicely on video. It's a beautiful chocolate dial, not really coppery, more chocolate with the rose gold. It's tough to capture the dial correctly in the light, but on a sunny day, it certainly pops. Look at the Cyclops magnification, absolutely perfect. The bezel with the scattered diamonds, really nice. The crown, the two dots, what does that mean? Twin lock, I think. You'll see crowns with a line, crowns with 3 dots, and I believe that means different materials that the case is made out of and different sealing systems. Again, someone will correct me. I am by no means a Rolex expert. Check out the bracelet. Look at the center links. Is that beautiful on this Jubilee? Solid, solid all the way through. Let's check out the clasp. Even the clasp is very nicely done, machined. All the information and the brand and the materials. And the clasp, so nice, such a nice touch. And of course, it's got on the outside, it's got the the pronunciation is a foreign word, sometimes escapes me. And then the serial number is it's a random serial number. It's written down below the 6. So I am not going to try this on because, well, it really doesn't fit me very well, and who wants to see a woman's watch on my wrist? If I can grab a shot of it on my wife's wrist, I will. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, I usually don't do women's watches, but this was something special that I wanted to share with you and just show you that whether it's a men's watch or a woman's watch, I think a lot of the people watching this channel can certainly appreciate the technology, the build quality, everything else. So anyway, this has been Mark from LongIslandWatch.com showing you a Rolex Datejust 31. Please like this video if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. And if you have any questions or comments, please put them down below and I'll be sure to address them as soon as I can. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.